Your Lakers, look.
Skip, the first quarter, you can tell it's been a while. I mean, they took off the first two preseason games. So both guys, I mean, especially LeBron. LeBron was a little rusty, but come second quarter, he got it going. And I think Frankie V had told him, look, guys, you're going to play, anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. You're going to get a first half, and then we're going to take the second half off. And I think both of those guys picked it up in the second quarter. LeBron got that fadeaway going. You know, once he gets that fadeaway going, you're at his mercy because you're so concerned about him, Skip, getting downhill, getting to the basket, and then all of a sudden he get that dream shake on you. It was good night, Irene. Mikal Bridges had to find that out the hard way.
I don't know who Irene is, but whoever she is, good night, Irene.
It was over. He dropped one on DeAndre Ayton also. But I love what I saw, Skip. This team is really, really deep now. The bench got almost 60 points. As Jenny mentioned in the read, Kuz, 23 points, look good. I'm about to take back all the bad things that I said about Kuz. I might have to take those back.
Really?
I got no problem with that. Skip, but you know who that guy is. That old dynamite, THT. Oh, THT, he about to explode, Skip.
Against the third team, he did.
There you go.
He did. Yeah, against guys I'd never heard of. He was great.
That don't matter. Building confidence. That's what we do. We build confidence. But I like what I saw, Skip. And this notion, can we put this to bed, Skip? I know there's an article that's being floated out there by The Atlantic about who's going to be the starting point guard. Let that go. Let that go. Here's a man that won his fourth finals MVP, led the league in assists. He was the unanimous first-team All-NBA. He finished second in the MVP voting. And you think someone else is going to come in and all of a sudden he's going to go. Is that one of the most after 15 things you've ever heard? I know after 9, after 10, that's ridiculous. But LeBron and AD look good. It's going to take a while. They got one more game, play Friday night, same team. I kind of like this, Skip. I kind of like playing two because I think that's how they're going to do it. You go somewhere, you're going to play, 3 days, play that team back to back, and then keep it moving. So I kind of like this setup right now. But I love what I saw from the Lakers. Go James will be ready. Come Tuesday night.
Really?
Hang a banner and get a dub.
Really?
Yep.
And get a dub.
Yep.
And maybe get 4 or 5 rest breaks during the game because you might need them on Tuesday night when it's real, when it counts. So I will get to Dennis Schroeder in just a moment and respond to your comments about Dennis Schroeder's comments about wanting to be a starter and maybe even the starting point guard for the Lakers. But first of all, my first shock of the night last night was in LeBron James' first action of this preseason, he looked shockingly out of condition to me, and I did not see that coming. But it has been the all-time shortest offseason. He was celebrating for a while. He had his cigars. He has his nightly wine. Occasionally he has a little tequila when he does the road tripping podcast, right? And I guess it's one thing to play horse in the backyard with Bronny, and it's quite another to actually play an NBA basketball game, even a preseason game against the Suns, and try to guard Mikal Bridges or Jay Crowder or maybe even occasionally Devin Booker, right?
Yes.
And so I was a little surprised when LeBron actually waved out. He with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left, he waved to the bench in the first quarter and said, I need a rest, I need a blow.
Skip, you and I both know nothing gets you in shape for playing a particular sport except playing that sport.
Okay, so I'm sure they've gone up and down some in their intra-squad scrimmages, but nothing like this.
Right.
So I was a little surprised at how he did not have his NBA legs, because usually he's been posting a lot of videos. I'm back in the lab. I'm doing this and I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's hitting the weights, but I don't know about if he's hitting the cardio that hard in the offseason. Don't know about that. So if we could see his first 4 shots before he waved out, tell me this didn't look a little bit un-goatish, just a little bit un-LeBron-ish, just a little bit awkward, a little bit Okay, that's first shot. Second shot is, I think I'm going to do that. No, that won't work. How about this? Let's try again. Let's try our first. Oh, it's almost a logo 3, and it LeBricked.
We tried to bank that in, Skip.
Okay, tried to bank it in from the logo. And then a little bit of an awkward jumper that
it was in and out.
It LeBricked.
Boing,
boing, boing. It didn't have enough touch on it.
But that's what we tell it. If the rim, you don't like it, spit it out.
And he missed a couple of free throws, but he did make 3, so he's 3 out of 5, which is now we're at that
75%.
75%.
I want 2 cases, 75% right now.
Seriously?
Right now.
Okay, I got to get you on the record. I want to pin this down. He has to shoot 75% or better.
Yes.
You're going to go down this path again? How many easy free cases?
I'm going down it again.
How many cases?
Make a lot of yourself. 5.
5 cases?
5 cases.
Thank you, God. Thank you. I start off right. I start off plus 5 cases in this NBA season. Thank you very much. We'll track that closely all year. He wound up at, what was it, 69%? He's
going to be 75 plus easy.
75 plus? He looked a little shaky at the free throw line. For once, LeBron James did not speak after the game, and that surprised me a little bit because, to your point, he did come back in the second quarter, and he started to get it going. But the first shot that he made, if we could see that in the second quarter, was still a little bit awkward. Like it was a little, like he had to really push to get up a little bit. This is a straight fadeaway on Ayton, actually. And he made it.
That's that one-legged step back that Dirk made famous. Wow.
I didn't feel a lot of lift on that. Like he was really having to work to get up a little, get the 1 foot jump on it.
On a 1 foot skip, you ain't really trying to jump. You're just trying to get separation between you and the defender.
Okay. Well, he did make that, and then the team took off on a run that was just on. They went on a 43-16 run. Yep. Everybody was clicking. All of a sudden, Phoenix had gone up 20-7, and they went they made 6 of their next 30 attempts at that point. So it was just one of those weird preseason games with big swings back and forth and back and forth, which brings me to the starting lineup last night. I will remind everybody there was no KCP. He had hip soreness. There was no Caruso, as in Alex Caruso, because he had hip soreness and did not try. Both players are said to be probably going to play on Friday night when they play their last preseason game. So Schroeder was in the starting lineup. It's a weird mix to me because he is a point guard by trade.
Right.
And he made it clear in his opening salvo to the Southern California media, the Laker media, that there's no more bench for him. He is a starter, and that he got assurances from the Lakers when he chose to sign with the Lakers that he would be a starter. Are you buying that? Because I don't know about this.
No.
Will Kuzma gladly come off the bench? You saw what he did last night. He had 23. He played by far the most minutes. He played more than twice as many minutes as LeBron.
Yeah. Plus the fact, Skip, it's hard to see a scenario when KCP goes to the bench after starting on a championship-winning team.
Okay.
We treat this like college. We tell you what you want to hear. Oh, yes, son, you can play quarterback. Yeah, you can play running back until we get you to sign on dotted line, and then we might put you at D-line. So we got you now. So
I do agree with you on this point. There's one and only one point guard on this team, and it's LeBron James. And as Frankie V, your coach, says, he's been the point guard on every team he's ever played on. So I've always said that's his natural position. He was born to be the point guard.
Yes.
He was born to bring the ball up the floor and initiate the offense. And then he was also born to score the basketball, which he can do, but it's usually within the confines of something that he initiates.
And that's the skill. The guy has been the point guard on every team since he's walked into the NBA. So 17 straight years.
Since he walked onto a basketball court.
So 17 straight years. And for the first time in his career, Skip, he led the NBA in assists. And now somebody's going to come to him and say, nah, bro, we want you off the ball. Really?
So Schroeder's a tough young man, and that's what I like about him. He is full of himself. He believes in himself, maybe to a fault, but that's what made him great coming off the bench for Oklahoma City. He comes in like, I'm a starter. Watch what I can do, right? So he's got that sort of edge to his attitude, and yet that edge can be a problem for you if he decides, I deserve to be bringing up the ball at least half the time.
Skip, I thought, look, what Rondo did so well for the Lakers in the playoffs is that when LeBron went to the bench, he could still run their offense. That's what they need. Skip, we don't need two guys being able to run the offense when LeBron is on the court. When LeBron goes to the bench, we don't need to miss a beat. And I think he can handle that because you see Trez rim running. You see Kuz is looking good. THT Ooh, Skip. He offensive guy now. Hey, he ain't gonna pass up a shot. He might be the new Kuz. He might be Kuz 2.0 because he ain't passing up no shots. I ain't seen the shot yet he didn't like.
He was playing against guys named Jonathan Motley.
Skip, don't do that.
And obviously Langston Galloway, who's been around the block about 3 times in this league. I don't know.
Langston Galloway, Langston Hughes, it doesn't matter. Hey, he on the court, we're going to bust him up.
And the rookie Jalen Smith that they took 10th overall.
Yeah, okay.
Bust him up.
Yeah.
Bust him up. Way to go. This is just me. And again, I like him. I can't say that I love him the way LeBron loves him. LeBron has already endorsed him as flat out special.
Skip.
Are you seeing flat out special? I don't see flat out special.
Yeah, the dude is 20.
Okay.
He's 20 years of age. Can we let him grow? Can we let him mature? If you just look at the seed, it's
I think he's already,
oh, man, that seed ain't going to be nothing. But it's going to turn into a beautiful palm tree.
I think he's fully growed, as they say. I do. And he's got a weird-looking body, but it really works because he's 6'4" with a 7'1" wingspan.
Which is unheard of.
And he's all top-heavy, where he's 234 pounds, and so it's all upper body weight because his legs are pretty slim. It's sort of a Harden-esque sort of body to me.
But you see how, Skip, you see how he finishes around the rim?
He does.
He can finish through contact.
And he's got
really good.
slither to him.
Yeah.
He can slither up through contact and get to the rim. Well, because he packs a wallop, man, with his upper body. Remember, in college, he shot 30.9% from 3, and then in the G League last year for the South Bay Lakers, he shot 30.9% from 3. And what did he do right on schedule last night? THT. Oh, he was 0 for 2 from 3. Interesting.
But he's 7-11 from the floor.
Okay, 7-11. Always open, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, 18-5. Skip, can I interest you at 18-5 and 2 from a bench player?
Yeah.
And we got Trez. Trez gave us 11 and 4.
Yep.
11 and 6. Who else? Wesley Matthews gave us some good production.
I liked it.
Quinn Cook came off the bench, letting threes go. We good.
I like your depth. Your depth could be even a little better than it was last year.
I believe it would. The only thing that concerns me, Skip, is that we don't really have a big outside of Gasol.
You do not.
And that's the thing. And Gasol's going to have to play major minutes, Skip. He's going to have to be in the 30s because AD doesn't want to play the 5 unless absolutely necessary.
Yep.
So it's going to be imperative that Gasol stays on the court, stays out of foul trouble.
Yep.
Therefore, AD doesn't have to slide to the 5. Now, we can go Keith Morris and maybe Trez, but we really need Gasol to stay out of. But don't think we're not browsing looking for another big.
No, no, you are. I think you do need it. There's no Dwight, no JaVale. Ugh.
I mean, they might
be a problem.
I mean, they might get bought out.
So, what did I see from Schroeder in his first action alongside LeBron? I will give you this. A very positive sign was I thought he completely deferred to LeBron the whole night. That they were together, he just was like nowhere to be found. He didn't insist ever on dribbling the ball up the court. LeBron brought it up every time.
Yes.
And Schroeder just got out of the way. It's like he was a little afraid of that situation. So he did not try to impose his will on the team as a starter, as in starting point guard. He was a starter, but he just played 2 guard. I don't even know what he played. He just played off the ball.
He just happened to be in the starting lineup.
He just happened to be.
So, like you said, I don't know what position. Because normally, Skip, you don't have a 6'1", 2 guard. There have been very few 6'1", 2 guards that did not play in the 60s. All the other 2 guards been 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". So it's very abnormal to have a 6'1", 2 guard. But he's not going to be the point, considering LeBron James just had his best year assist-wise playing at that position. So why would LeBron move? Why would he even think LeBron would move, Skip?
I don't know, because he's Dennis Schroeder, and he was in the running for when he runner-up for 6th man of the year. So you've got the runner-up and you got the winner, and the winner's going to want to play a lot of minutes.
Hey, he go, look here.
Montrez caused big problems in the Clipper locker room.
Nah, he didn't cause no big problem. The problem that was caused because guys was, you know what the guys would do? They were snowbirding, Skip. They was resting on the job, didn't want to practice, didn't want to play, and didn't want to do the things necessary that it takes you to win. You keep talking about they needed the Lakers needed rest. The Clippers needed repetitions. Well, Trey's like, how the hell can we get repetitions when every other practice you guys are out? Every third game, you guys are out. So how are we supposed to get what Skip and keep talking about on Undisputed?
Interesting. So what happens when Marc Gasol's the starter, but he moves about as quickly as one of those statues outside Staples, right? And Trez is watching from the bench saying, wait a second, I'm the sixth man of the year. I got paid. I deserve to be in the starting lineup.
No. That's not how Trez is thinking.
I think he might.
Trez understands he's that burst for us off the bench. He's going to give us 15, 16 a night, 7, 8 rebounds, second chance points. Skip, you see how he's watching those boards? Getting them. Jack in the box.
No, they were good. All of them were good, which leads me to LeBron. He did come back in, have a nice little stretch in the second quarter, and then I thought, well, surely he'll play some minutes into the third quarter. But his night ended with this shot, if we could please see it at the end of the half. An attempted buzzer beater.
I know you were going to do this.
Just an attempted buzzer beater. This is another sort of logo-esque.
I knew you were going to do it.
He says, I got this. I got this. I don't got this. I'm pretty sure it airballed. It might have ticked the right side of the rim.
It wasn't no airball.
Did it nick it? I don't know. I thought it changed directions when I saw it in real time. Maybe a touch. I think it qualifies as his first air ball of the preseason, right?
First and last.
First and last? Yeah. I don't know. And then I thought, LeBron, are you going to come back? No, he's not going to come back. So do you realize of the top 11 Lakers in minutes played last night, of those 11, the fewest minutes played went to the King.
Yeah.
Went to the King.
Are you
played
surprised?
14 minutes and 45 seconds. I am going to remind you, Mr. Shannon Sharpe, that we are only 5 days away from the first game that counts against the team in the basement that you despise, the Clippers.
No, they didn't.
Who would have beaten you last year if they had gotten to you.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes.
And they're not going to beat us this year.
So aren't you a little concerned that LeBron is so out of condition with the first real game 5 days away, and then you're going to turn that right around into a big Christmas Day game?
Open up
against the leader, the front runner, and the MVP odds right now, Luka?
Look, Skip, we understand. And LeBron, the thing is, Skip, he doesn't want to blow himself out. I mean, obviously, he would have loved to have a 4-month training period where he gradually builds up, but that wasn't the case. So I think some of that is going to have to, slightly building himself up to that peak condition that we normally would see. But I'm not concerned about LeBron, nor should you be. You like what you saw last night. That's the package.
Well, I liked a bit of it. But then after the game, Vogel said, we anticipated a little bit of a rusty first stretch, meaning for LeBron.
Yeah.
And I thought that played out, said Frankie B. LeBron won't like him saying that publicly. But
it's the truth.
Then he said, once he got his legs underneath him, I think he settled in and looked great. It's going to be a matter of his legs back under him again.
Yes. I mean, how many times? We're about to be the first time that somebody get crowned 2 champs in 1 year.
Really?
We're about to be the 2020 champs again.
Really?
We just got crowned, Skip. We just got crowned. Oh, it'll be 2021. So come. No, okay. But fast. I mean, think about it, Skip. 71 days is that from the time we drinking champagne and smoking cigars, goggles of champagne all in our face.
You sure that's not still going on?
It's 71 days.
Huh?
Look at LeBron.
Yep.
Look good, too.
You sure he's not going to get out of breath just watching the banner get raised on Tuesday night? He might. Get winded. He might need to sit down.
The only thing that helps us in that situation, the fans won't be there going crazy. Because if the fans are there and you dropping banners, man, you get hype. You get hype beyond hype. But we're going to mellow this thing out because we got something for old Kawhi and old Paul George.
Those guys actually have been in the lab the whole offseason because they weren't celebrating anything. That they were ashamed of their demise.
You can't fix 3-1. That's broke. And plus, Doc is a good friend of me and Bron. Doc's a good friend, and somebody took a shot. So if you take a shot at my friend, what does that mean? You took a shot at me. So guess what I got to do for Doc? Put foots in your Paul George.
Really?
It's going to happen Tuesday night, bro. Yeah. Kawhi, you get some of this, too.
How can you put foots in people when you don't have your legs underneath you?
That's all right.
It's physically impossible.
No, it's not. Yeah. And Kawhi, you get some too because you up there yelling, hell no.
Hell no. And that's what Kawhi's going to yell when he sees that banner being raised on Tuesday night. Hell no.
Why? Why you gonna do that? He had a chance to have one hung.
Yeah.
He could have had one hung.
Well, he would have.
But I saw Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer wasn't all doing all that party. He a ball of energy. Ooh, he signed Paul George, and they trotted out there the jerseys, the 2-1-3. Ooh, look at this right here. Ooh, the real Southern California. But I told you all along, it was the 3-2-3. That's where it's at. That's what's up.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I just hope LeBron... Maybe he can run some wind sprints today. I don't know.
Skip, good well wind sprints.
I'm just trying to help.
Guys get in shape. Guys get in shape for football by playing football.
Yep.
Guys get in shape with basketball by playing basketball. And you have to get into the actual game.
Okay.
That's why, I'm looking at the guys that this season, Skip, no preseason. And you just going out there, you're going from practice to playing 100 miles an hour. Watch what GOAT do.
Okay, so now we're 5 days away from when it
5
really
days
matters. I think he's got plenty of time. He'll be just fine. He'll be fine. And you're going to be there celebrating, Shannon? You ready for it?
He's going to be doing this.
Oh, okay.
I'm the official battle raiser.
Yep.
You
That's
are?
my title. That's what I am, the
Important
official.
Important role.
Yep.
I hope you're ready for it.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.